Testing, 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 testing. We have a hype match for you today. We have Sloaters versus CheeseReaver. This is an Elite 8 matchup. Winner goes on to face Punk. We got a triple header coming at you live right now, and we're already off. Again, this is the Elite 8 in the winner's bracket. This is a best of 3, and whoever wins 2 matches is going to go on and face Punk in the final 4. Punk beating Cephalov in the round of Elite 8 yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago. Regardless, it was hype, and now Punk's awaiting their next matchup. So, how is the volume? I need to recrop Cheese a little bit. Am I too loud? Does the music need to be louder? Let me know in chat. We're going to find our first item here. It can be one of 4 items. If it's not Morph Ball, then it's going to be Ice, High Jump Boots, Space Jump, or High Jump. No game audio. Okay, one moment. Let me... How about that? Here we go. We in there. Sweet. And there's we got Ice, by the way, and Morph Ball. I need to real quick do a little bit of a touch up to CheeseReaver here as we find a missile pack to the right of the Morph Ball right there. We're gonna go down and check the Awakening missiles. For those of you who don't know, this is a full randomizer, meaning majors and minors can be found anywhere in the map. And an energy tank, that is a major item. And we're going to be heading up the elevator. Sloaters just has a slight lead over Cheese here. Sloaters, world-class movement. One of the best Metroid players in the world. So we definitely want to see Cheese use that rando knowledge to try and make the difference here. And we're going to see which method our runners elect to use here to climb here. Looks like Sloaters is going for a little behemoth climb, as Cheese on the other side is going to be doing your standard wall jumps up the right side. And we're going to be heading into the parlor. Sloaters is the first to get there. We're going to take a look here at Bomb Chorizo. We don't have power bombs, and we don't have bombs, which means this is going to be 100%. It's going to be a power bomb or bombs. So we like to call Bomb Chorizo Power Chorizo, because there you go, power bombs coming at you hot. And I will get the tracker going here in a moment. If anyone out there has the tracking role and is interested in tracking, you can totally step in for that, because I'm doing all of the jobs here. Alright, so we got Morph Ball, Ice Beam. Alright, we're all caught up. Alright, so CheeseReaver, we're going to be heading out. Sloaters is going to check 230 missiles here. Very good use of those power bombs. A lot of runners elect to either check 230 and go down and check Mother Brain, below Mother Brain, or just check 230 and head on and down into Green Brinstar. We get another power bomb pack. That's really nice. See, 10 power bombs is a really good number to have coming into Pink Brinstar, because it's going to allow you to do a lot of checks without having to worry about farming for power bombs. So, let's take a look and see what Sloaters likes to do with 10 power bombs. Checking, and E-Tank, honestly checking going through Gauntlet. It's not a bad play. Looks like Sloaters is going to go ahead and do that check there. This is not in logic. This is actually really, really far out of logic for Sloaters here, but it's possible to find something deep into logic. Sloaters doesn't want to leave these items behind. 3 solid items back here. CheeseReaver also making the same exact play. We'll see who has the better movement through Gauntlet. And also, something to point out, we have a double no save. So our runners are committed to making this play. We'll see what it nets them. Sloaters will be the first to check this Gauntlet item here. And we have the Grappling Beam. Now that's rather interesting. So the Grappling Beam is going to give us some logical access to Wreck Ship. It's going to give us logical access to X-Ray. It's also going to give us logical access when we find Gravity, High Jump Boots, or Gravity and Space Jump with Shack Tool. So that's a pretty good find. It's completely out of logic though. So keep that in mind, that if our runners elect to check items with this Grappling Beam, it might not net them the items that they're looking for until we are back in logic for Gauntlet. CheeseReaver picks up their Grappling Beam as well. And we're gonna head down and check and see. We got an E-Tank and a Super Pack. This is our first Super. Mind you, something really interesting about SMRAT, we have to think about this as we continue to watch this seed. If we don't find a Super Pack anywhere else, it's possible that we have a required Spore Spawn seed because these supers are out of logic. So let's keep an eye on where our first in logic Super Pack is. So these supers here are a very nice find. I typically like finding a Super Pack there if I do early Gauntlet, giving me the opportunity to go down into Edacoons and get the door there. So and not having to worry about finding any supers, because Sloaters is actually going to come down here and do a trick called the Mock Ball, and it's going to get them to a few item checks, actually 1, 2, 3, and 4 item checks that are completely out of logic. We're going to be talking a lot of logic. I do a lot of logic talk in my comms. I hope you like logic. I love logic. Logic is, I don't know how many more times I can say logic. Maybe if I had a dime for every time I said logic, I'd be rich. Anyways, so Sloaters is going to head down here, do an early mock ball to the Green Brinstar Reserve. The first item you see is the item that will be in logic. So this could be a Super Pack. It is a Super Pack. So kind of what I was thinking there. That is our first logical Super Pack. So we're all in logic now for supers. So that's really cool. CheeseReaver is also going to be making that play. And so this is actually something really interesting to note is CheeseReaver skipped the Terminator. And that's a common mistake runners make when they do early Gauntlet. In this case, thankfully, it didn't burn them. But those who do early Gauntlet sometimes forget to check the Terminator item. Just a missile pack, so we're good to go as we pick up yet more missiles. And CheeseReaver's doing a fantastic job keeping up. He's gonna skip the missile pack. Gonna put CheeseReaver just a slight lead, but Sloaters gets the reverse mock ball out of reserve. That was very nice. Gonna pick up that Super Pack. CheeseReaver is forced to pick up this missile pack, but Sloaters is gonna be able to skip that, putting Sloaters back in the lead for probably about a 10-second lead now after that. Very nice reverse mock ball. This is where movement is going to make an absolute difference. Mind you, for those of you just joining, this is for a spot in the Final Four. So runners are going to be throwing out all of the tricks, all of the movement, and we're going to see some really nice stuff here. Already at 20 power bombs. That's really, really nice. Don't even have to worry about farming in the Firefly room to the left of Green Brinstar Business Center there. We're going to probably see both runners head down into Edacoons as we get a high five here at the missile pack at the basement item. Sloaters gets a nice fall there. Gonna see some very solid movement through the Brinstar Hellway here. This is one room that can kill you really quickly if you fall into the spikes with a B-tome on you. It's not good. And as you can see, this movement by Sloaters is just so pure, but CheeseReaver's not doing that bad of a job either. Really doing a good job keeping up. Now, something to note here, our runners have a ton of power bombs. That almost guarantees our runners to do reverse meme route to Billy Mays and left side morph ball. We didn't have any power bombs on our way down or on our way back out of Criteria, or excuse me, Old Brinstar. Old Criteria. One of those two is correct. I'll just say Construction Zone because that one I know is correct. We're gonna get a check here. Mission Impossible by Sloaters. CheeseReaver, not the best movement coming out of Eticoons. Push them a little bit further back. And Sloaters is gonna pick up that super pack, putting them at 15. One thing about SMRAT that a lot of runners have generally begun to notice is Charge Beam is kind of an interesting item. A lot of the times it's found in really far off locations, and the seed just likes to pummel you with supers. So a lot of times runners will just at least get to about 40, maybe 45 supers. That's a really good number to stick at. I tend around to go 35, 40, 45, depending on how much supers are throwing at me, just so I know that I can take out Ridley no problem, and then get my Ridley beam, aka Charge Beam, behind Ridley, where it normally is sitting, or somewhere in lower Norfair. Sloaters pulled off a trick there. It's called the early Spore Spawn. Super is actually placed in a position. There's actually many positions you can place that super in. A lot of runners even. Ooh, that's a gravity suit. Nicely done there by Sloaters to get the gravity suit. That's one of those. See, the gravity suit is a very. It's not the suit I want to find, mainly because it has so much logic. It has heavy logic tagged to it. That's going to put Wreck Ship into logic. It's going to put Meridia into logic. At least part of Meridia. Well, with Grapple Beam, everything's in logic now for Meridia, outside of Past Boss Wound, who still needs speed. But it's just one of those items that, ooh, and Sloaters goes for the Wave Gate. Here's something very interesting, though. CheeseReaver is also having a hard time with the Spore Spawn skip. Ooh, not this is the. Ooh, hold on a second. We need to pay attention. This could be huge. Oh no. Okay, here's the thing. I have missed when I came down to maybe 1 or 2 supers, and I missed the Spore Spawn skip. If I missed that, I'm not sitting here and farming. I'm leaving. And I almost expected CheeseReaver to do this, but it looks like they're going to farm up maybe to do it a few more times. And Sloaters having a little bit of an issue with this wave gate glitch here. Gets it. Very nicely done. CheeseReaver having a bit of an issue finding a spot. Every runner has a different spot. Mine is actually a much further in. But there's so many different spots that you can shoot that super from. But basically what it does is the super is going to kind of pass through and hit the super block on the other side, allowing you to get to that spot. And another super pack, putting our runners at 20, by the way. I'm not sure if we checked charge. I think Cheese just got the super pack and went back up. But we'll get a quick look here at charge. We don't have speed, so we can't go down to Waterway. Just a misspec. Sloaters is picking up everything. So Sloaters' last match, he actually finished without area. So Sloaters is probably thinking probably going to do the same thing. This is a really unfortunate situation for Sloaters to be in. One thing that I would recommend in this situation is to turn off ice. Because that's going to allow you to kill these a lot quicker. You're not going to freeze them. But everyone get your bless RNGs in chat. The CheeseReaver gets some nice super drops here as Slaughter picks up a super pack. We're going to get a Billy Mays check. And this Billy Mays check is going to be 2 items. And this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, I don't want to be in a battle with the Spore Spawn skip trick where I'm farming and going and farming and going and farming and going. But in this situation, me personally, if I would have been in that situation, it would have burned me because I would have never found gravity. It's good that Cheese stuck with it, but that was definitely tough to watch for sure. That's a gravity suit for Cheese though. Here's the thing. Runners can make plays, right? If Cheese elects to skip Billy Mays, it's not a good play, but honestly, if you're wanting to make up some time and you're thinking ahead, maybe skip this. We now know that there's nothing here. Me tank, a super pack, and a missile pack. So Cheese, if they want to, you know, make up maybe a little bit of time, they can skip it, but with 15 power bombs, not likely. So we'll see what Cheese elects to do here. And that's another missile pack. Oh! Oh! So Cheese actually does skip this location. See, now this is literally the play that I would make, kind of what I was thinking. And that, for now, puts Cheese somewhat in the lead. Not knowledge-wise. Sloaters has a lot of knowledge over CheeseReaver, but it may not matter, right? If Cheese finds the items that they need to find, they may never need to come back here. And so that knowledge is good for Sloaters, but then again, this could be huge for Cheese. It could really be huge for Cheese. So this is back to being a really, really nice match. He skipped left of Morph and Billy Mays. And skipping left of Morph typically is not a play you see. Runners will typically check left of Morph and then skip Billy Mays if they're going to make a play to skip Billy Mays. But Cheese just elected to skip all of it. Sloaters is going to also come here. We're going to get our first look at X-Ray. This is in Logic. I'm trying to think, where did we find Grappling Beam? Does anybody remember where Grappling Beam was found? Oh, it was found in Gauntlet. So this is an out-of-logic check. And we find Speed Booster. That's huge. Wow. Okay, so we got to think about the logic here, guys. So we found an out-of-logic grappling beam to get an out-of-logic speed booster. So we have to find screw attack, screw attack or space jump very soon, because space jump is your logical access to gauntlet or bombs. So we need bombs or space jump somewhere early. So that's very interesting for our runners here. But now I'm curious, do our runners make a play back to water? No, that'd be a really poor routing decision. I think if you wanted to make a play, I think that would be an okay decision, but I think overall, just making one single play back to Waterway, not a time, a good play for time-wise. But of course, people make plays all the time and find things. And oh, Cheese doesn't have any supers. It's okay. There's a cack down here. It's going to give Sloaters an opportunity to catch right back up and actually take the lead here. Had some supers in hand and is going to be able to check this location. Oh man. So Cheese loses their slight lead here. And is going to head on through to Spazer as well. And yeah, just a missile pack. By the way, for those of you out there, I forget who exactly is tracking right now. I know Ghost said they were here, but I think Daniel, are you tracking right now? And we're going to see our runners make decisions here. Typically, the better routing decision is to do trade first and then Meridia. If you're going to do Meridia, it's almost never quicker to do Meridia first and then trade. So that's what Sloaters is going to do. You're going to check your trade missiles. And it's a Varia suit! Oh, man. Okay, so all of that. Wow. This seed is pretty incredible. I'm all about that Varia location. Cheese is also going to be picking up their Varia suit here very soon. Varia soon. And we're going to go pay a visit to Crate. We'll get a check and see if Sloaters or Cheese can pull off the Crate quick kill. With the items that they have, they could do one of two methods. They can do well, really, there's a variety of methods, but the typical method you'll see Sloaters pull off here is 2 missiles, 1 missile on the mouth, and 3 supers to finish them off. So let's see Sloaters pull that off. And that's a good setup, and gets it. Very nicely done. We're going to see CheeseReaver attempt most likely the same, same trick here. car bomb. And Sloaters thought about it and then decided, I got Varia. I'm not going to be needing to do any crystal flashes. I'm good to go. Let's boogie. All right, Cheese, let's see it. And Cheese gets it too. Very nicely done. Alright, Super Missile Crate E-Tank. So we're still kind of looking for our logic back to that grappling beam to give us logic back to that speed booster. So we're looking for bombs or space jump. But our runners are really in ammo mode right now. Of course, for CheeseReaver, they still need at least one more energy tank. You need at least 3 energy tanks, or I guess a combination of reserve tanks. And charge. Oh, but what is this seed, fam? Charge beam at the high jump E-tank? Oh, what? Now that right there, fam, is go mode. Sloaters is just going to absolutely destroy the rest of the seed. It's gonna pick up that super pack because the beam combinations that our runners have, charge and ice, that's like what is that? 300, 600 shots without any missiles. I'm not sure. It's a lot of shots. So definitely gonna be picking up that charge beam there. But wow, this seed is pretty incredible so far. And Sloaters is probably going to make their way directly down to lower Norfair. Cheese most likely going to be making the same decision here. One thing to note is Cheese is 5 supers down on Sloaters. It's not too big of an issue, but for Ridley it could make quite the difference. 200 shots. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, so our runners are going to want, definitely are going to want some level of ammo that's going to mitigate the amount of shots that they're going to. Yo, hold up. Chase brings up oh yes, no, but Asder comes right back with what I was about ready to say once I looked at the tracker. Charge and ice is going to allow Asder, you're playing. Going to, and the lava spark. Oh, that was nice. Okay, so there are 2 ways our runners can go up worst room in the game. You can do the pretty difficult jump without high jump. So that's one way. You can also do the charge ice. You can charge the pirates and then jump up that way. But now this is unfortunately where we're going to see the better runner pull ahead here. Sloaters is able to do these really difficult tricks. Cheese might be looking for a movement item here. The problem is here's the thing, guys. This is where logic is extremely important. I'm going to break this down for you. Kraid's lair is not in logic until you have high jump boots or space jump or bombs. Given where grappling beam was, led to speed booster, we still need to find space jump or bombs, because we don't know where high jump boots are. We just need to find one of those. So we're out of logic for various. So none of those movement items is what I'm trying to say. None of those movement items, theoretically, maybe even one of them might not be found in lower Norfair. So, or excuse me, in Norfair. So if Cheese is looking for a movement item to get up into the worst room in the game, it might not come to him in Upper North in Bubble Mountain area. He may luck out and find bombs or high jump boots if space jump is somewhere else, but we need specifically space jump is required to get our yeah, there's a lot going on right now. but I'm not sure Cheese has like a high opportunity to get a movement item down or up or here in Bubble Mountain. But yeah, Sloaters is already heading into the Wasteland, picks up a super missile, power bombs a shame location. And Cheese is also going to pick up a super missile there. So Sloaters is sitting at 40 supers. Definitely a good super count to have. Oof, 79 health. This is actually kind of scary for Sloaters here. Actually going to leave the room and come back. I'm assuming going to be farming up some health here. Or actually maybe missed the Shine Spark and had to reset the room. And again, you could have absolutely stellar movement, but Sloaters is really world class at rando right now, and there's really not a lot of people that can match up with Sloaters right now. He's just at the top of his game. He's an absolute beast. He has finished multiple seeds without area. He's finished multiple seeds without gravity. He's just a monster at both logic and movement and tech, and it's just incredible. And I'm really excited for the finals of this tournament to see if Sloaters makes it that far, or whoever makes it that far. But it's just the finals are just going to be awesome because this was an 88 participant tournament. So you've had a lot of matches and people facing each other. So you've had to come a long way to get to where you are. So really just shows how consistent our two runners here, Cheese and Sloaters. And shout outs to Sloaters for winning the Season 1 Rando League Championship. Heck yeah, fam. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, I was gonna watch those back. But I think I spoiled myself anyways. But good job, Sloaters, for that one. Hopefully they can do the double and win the SMRAT tournament as well. And Sloaters already entering their Ridley fight as CheeseReaver is heading into Croc. Tracy, you're not wrong. That's funny. If Pong can play it, stay up late to play it. Now, speaking of Pong, for those of you just joining us, the winner of this series, this is the best of 3, the winner of this series will go on to face Pong in the Final 4. So, just saying, Sloaters versus Pong, I believe was last night, or whoever Sloaters faced, I think it was Pong. We could see Sloaters versus Punk again. If you guys had a lot of fun watching that one, it's going to be really cool to come back and watch potentially Sloaters versus Punk in a completely different logic set. Like, SMRAT in comparison to Seasons logic is incredibly different. So that's going to be very very interesting to see if that ever happens. CheeseReaver has what it takes. The SMRAT Finals is actually potentially a best of 14. I just want to throw that out there. Potentially a best of 14. If the winner of the loser bracket defeats the winner of the winner's bracket, it resets the bracket, doing another best of 7. And the Final 4 is a best of 5. Alright, so screw attack, that puts us back in logic for our through logic. Screw attack is always required for Gauntlet. And it was locked behind Varia. So, yeah, this seed is shaping up very interesting. Well, to be fair, whoever makes it to the finals is really not an inexperienced runner, am I right? But in general, I would not want to face Sloaters even once. Actually, I have faced Sloaters. I faced them in the seasons. In the season, and words are hard. In the season randomizer league. Randomizer league. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, the semifinals, final four are best of 5, and the quarterfinals, which we're in here now, are best of 3. Sloaters is making their way already out of Lower Norfair Escape. Just going to be heading over to Dragon and then up to Fantoon, and this is going to be done. Sloaters' health is looking kind of scary. CheeseReaver, you can see this is actually really cool, to be honest. CheeseReaver entered Croc kind of the same time Sloaters was going into Lower Norfair. You can see CheeseReaver is coming out of Lower Norfair, excuse me, Croc or Sloaters is farming up here at the spot between Beatome, Frog Speedway, and Bubble Mountain. Like, that's how special Sloaters' movement is. It's just so good to be able to go in Lower Norfair and out in such a quick time. And here comes Cheese. It's gonna be checking ice. Again, it's hard. It's hard to watch. But with where Barry was found, we need thinking about logic. It's gonna be a harder time finding a movement item in a heated room. Because again, we need high jump, space jump, or bombs to be located outside of where it's possible all 3 of them, or at least one of them, because we need one of those items to have access to Kraid. And so, which is why Cheese has not found a single movement item. I pointed that out as Cheese was making their way down the business center that probably would not be the best idea to move into Bubble Mountain stuff if you were planning on looking for a movement item if you can't get up or streaming the game. But those are those little those tidbits of logic, especially for SMRAT. SMRAT can get super confusing, fam. And when you're playing in the moment, you could totally forget about that little piece of Kraid logic, because imagine every any percent speedrun ever. You do the jump from the ledge. It's just what you do. And so it's just something you forget about, right? And so wow, and that Batoon fight was really nice. So yeah, we can't blame a runner for forgetting something like that. It's in the moment. Yeah, wall jumps are in logic, but they're broken up into difficulty. Like for example, Red Tower is out of logic if you don't have a base. The jump at, let's see, what are some other jumps typical? The jump to Gauntlet is out of logic. There are a few specific wall jumps that are out of logic, but most wall jumps are in logic. Only the ones that aren't in are out, right? Yeah, that's exactly right. Although, yeah, that is a little bit debatable. Yeah, just kidding. Alright, so Sloaters is going to be able to take out... Ooh, Vertical Spark. That was interesting. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. It sort of looked like it. Got him. Sloaters. Yeah, here's the thing. So, Space Jump, here's the thing. If I'm remembering logic correctly, one piece that I could forget about, I think Space Jump is... So here's the thing. I want you guys to listen to this very, very carefully. Grapple was found at Gauntlet. That means we need Space Jump, Speed, or Bombs, and Screw Attack. Screw Attack's always required, and then one of those three are required to get to Gauntlet. We found Speed at X-Ray, which means we lost that logic piece to get to Gauntlet. And then now we're looking for Bombs or Space Jump. Space Jump can't be where Cheese is checking because you need Space Jump or Grapple to get up to where Cheese is. And so that removes Space Jump. So now to put everything back in logic, we need to find Bombs. And Bombs cannot be found anywhere that is heated because of the very locked behind movement blocked location. God. Space Jump can be here, but if it is, then it isn't the intended item to reach Grapple. Wait, where did Sloaters find Bombs? Whoa! Where did Sloaters find Bombs? I didn't even see that. Bombs were behind Ridley. Oh. Dang. Okay, so Space Jump is somewhere wide open for these runners. High Jump does not count to get to Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Space Jump can never be in Lower Norfair because Space Jump is required to get to Lower Norfair, so that's completely off the table. So maybe it's here at Alpha Power Bombs or Beta Power. It's like really the only places we didn't check. All of Wreck's ship, no, because Grapple is at Gauntlet. Okay, Mode. It could be at Mode. No, we have Gravity. Gravity gave access to Wreck's ship from the moment we found Gravity. So it could all be in Wreck's ship. I think Space Jump and High Jump boots are in Wreck's ship. Because the moment we found Gravity, they put Wreck's ship in Logic. Forgotten Highway was required by Logic. Ooh, Plasma. This is going to be a really fast seed by Sloaters here. We're already moving into our final boss. Sloaters is still looking for a movement item. And as we've just confused everybody, our movement items are just drowned in logic right now. Just absolutely drowned. Like, no runner can keep all this in their head as they're running. It's just, there's so much going on right now. This is definitely hecked up. Sloaters is looking like more of like a 49, 51? No, 52? Yeah, this is more looking like a sub 50 than anything, for sure. Yeah, Gravity puts Wreck Ship and Logic through Forgotten Highway, and a lot of people forget about that. Kappa. We're going to get a, most likely a Doppler set up here. Boom, very nice. Was forgotten again. in before Chase was just trolling us. This is fun. Okay, CheeseReaver is taking on Botswin as well. Something that I should mention here is Sloaters does have quite a powerful set of beams here. But whatever a runner is comfortable with, we're gonna see CheeseReaver attempt a happy. Looks to be a good setup. All right. Sloaters gonna be heading to Wreck Ship. I just said Wreck Ship. I meant Torian. Does not need to check anything else. Has a sexy amount of supers. Just full on charge ice plasma. That's really nice too. Gonna be able to get through Torian. Yeah, you know, you're right, Benedictic. Does not have high jump boots. And so to attempt a halfie, even a halfie without high jump boots is incredibly difficult. Oh no, Cheese doesn't have any supers. Oh man, okay. Oh, is he gonna reset? Wait, what? Cheese. Okay, so Cheese could have farmed. Wait, what? Cheese could have farmed the. Cheese could have farmed the Metroids. It's okay. Sometimes runners. What? Is he bailing on? Sometimes runners forget about that stuff, but it looks like he's bailing on. Where's he off to? I'm trying to read Cheese's mind here. Sloaters is gonna be moving down into Torian here. Looks like Cheese is just gonna head up. To Wreck Ship. Very nice grouping strat by Sloaters there. Yeah, what happened was he ran out of supers, but elected to. Grapple doesn't open green doors. Oh god, that killed me. Alright, so Cheese is gonna get. We're actually gonna get our first look. This is where I think Space Jump is. I really do think it's either behind here. Double E-Tank, dang, so maybe a beta? No, we've discussed that it could still be in Wreck Ship. Yeah, Cheese definitely knows gravity jump to escape. Yeah, I think Cheese is still pretty whacked up from the amount of supers he had to farm for the Spore Spawn skip. I think that really messed with his everything. Alright, so Sloaters attempting to do baby skip without high jump is very difficult. So Sloaters is just gonna go ahead and head on through. He's a professional. And CheeseReaver gonna be heading to Wreck Ship, or yeah, gonna do a charge over the moat. Cheese picks up their plasma beam. Now CheeseReaver now has the full wave full beam combo with Char's Ice Wave Plasma. Ooh, we're gonna get our first check under the ocean. Super pack. And Sloaters moving into Mother Brain 2 as CheeseReaver's gonna be headed into the ship to take on Fantoon. Cheese has gotta be wondering to himself, where are these movement items, fam? And why are they not being given to me? I hope that we understand logic correctly and we find Space Jump very soon. Oh my god. Booyah, baby! Let's go! I love it. Logic is amazing. Got him! I love it. Okay, so that... Okay, this is really fun because now that just... You can just trace everything they did out of logic and just boom, we're back in business. Audio icon needs to walk left. Okay. Are we on Cheese's audio? I think Sloater's audio was muted for some reason. Why is the moment. Volume icon. Volume icon, I need you. Alright, well, looks like the volume icon's going to stay over at Sloaters side because I can't finish. And Fantoon is down. But Cheese has the space jump now, so it's going to be able to continue on down to Lower Norfair. But yeah, Sloaters is going to be tight. Lack of high jump boots is going to be... Oh, man, it's going to be tight. Really, really, really tight. I'm thinking maybe a 50, 16, somewhere around that range. CheeseReaver most likely is going to skip out on the rest of the ship. No need to check anything. We got what we need. We out of here, fam. Boom. Leaving the ship. Heck yeah. Sloaters moving into round 3 with Brain. Cheese with a nice reverse ocean fly. Pew, 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 pew. Bonk. Sloaters is going to be finishing up here pretty soon. So everyone get your GGs ready if everything goes well. Sloaters will probably not save the animals. I don't know if they're... so... We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. And here we go, gonna enter the escape. Has a minute, 10 seconds here to get through. We'll see how this plan pans out here. As CheeseReaver's gonna head down through Red Tower. Ghost Wizard, now that you're there, are you able to track the next match, my dude? So you can see how the lack of high jump can really affect the move. This room specifically. Sloaters and Cheese, not using Moonfall. And here we go. It's gonna be tight. Looking like to be just barely above 50. Just barely. And Cheese is gonna make their way down to Lower Norfair. Oh, wait. It's still possible. You can do it. You can do it. Ah! Oh, man. Sloaters, fantastic. We are going to get a new seed rolled, and we're going to get these guys going for the next match. This is for all the money. Sloaters, if they win this one, they're going to move on to face Punk in a very hype match, Final Four. Cheese looks like they're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and going to, yeah, by the way, an official SRL time of 50 minutes and 3 seconds. And Cheese, by the way, officially has forfeited from the match. So we're going to get this second match set up, ready to go. I'm going to send them the seed. Hopefully it's a Gucci one. Let me get them all pulled up. Oh, bam. That's not Cheese. That's Cheese. 1:01 p.m. Boom. Generated at 1:01 p.m. Perfect. Sloaters. Bam. Generated at 1:01 p.m. Bam. Upload. I hope you guys are excited for match 2. That plasma spot. All right. So we're going to bring the stream down, and we're going to bring it right back up. Make it easier on our team, who highlights our VODs. So we will be back in 2 seconds.